under threat election agency, you need to take responsibility, my friend. Call that company up, remind them of the law, and say, please work with me on this. Give me an interest rate that I can pay, and I will pay this debt back. How's that?
Well, it's not so much. I don't have consumer credit. I actually don't even have any credit cards. My problem is I'm self-employed, and the people have been taking advantage of stated income mortgage loans.
Well, I listen. You asked me a question about that, and I answered it, sir. I can't balance your own checkbook for you.
You're listening to the Crusade Channel, a Black Hat Studios media property. Broadcasting live 24/7 from Madisonville, Louisiana, and to the world via crusadechannel.com. While Trump continues to try and make America great again
by doing Mortal Kombat with the Clinton, Comey, and Clapper crime families.
You forgot the...
Nope, did not. And the king of Russia treason, the Obama father.
Well, we'll always be there for you with the best live coverage and commentary in media on the Crusade Channel, our app, and always on crusadechannel.com. Live talk and podcast radio.
The way it should be.
The Veritas Radio Network is guaranteed the right to offend, annoy, agitate, shout, heresy, and entertain.
You should start programming right now.
Kind of like the cultural sewage served up on Bravo or CMT, only it's on 24 hours a day, except Sundays. When the truth gets you angry and you throw your smartphone, remember, no one is forcing you to listen to the truth on the Veritas Radio Network.
You can't handle the truth.
You're doing that of your own free will. That's what makes this country great and any gay marriage pointless.
That's offensive.
So there isn't much you can do about it, Chowderhead.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
Grab a book, take a vow, and conform your mind to reality. Otherwise, you're just another Judas-inspired Karl Marx wannabe, and your children will steal your credit card number to buy tickets to the Miley Cyrus Twerkers Ball.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Are you ready? Let's get it on the Veritas Radio Network's Crusade.
Fighting for our life and for literal survival here on the Crusade Channel on a Thursday night for a Thursday night throwdown. Great TV detectives tonight. And there were so many of them, you know, when I started going through the list of who we would include in that number. It was more like a process of elimination. Well, you're not going to have time to get into this one, not going to have time to get into that one. But it's a great night here in Throwdown Stadium. Well, I got a lot of people to add to the stage here. You guys got all your microphones muted. Okay, good. All right, fantastic. So let's start off with the Thursday Night Throwdown. That the rule is that there is no rule, and you can interrupt someone and tell them that they need to be thrown down, or did you really say that, or that doesn't fit, or you got to turn your man card in, or you're so stupid your head hurts, or okay, dude, you said that, now you got to take a shot, or 10. Look, after this week that I've had, I am ready for some shots. Right here. TV detectives. Interesting stories from so many different...
Mine wins, hands down.
What's that?
Mine wins, hands down.
Yours is a good one. Maggie's got a curveball she's going to throw in because it's any TV detective. Although I think most people think that a TV cop is the same as a TV detective. You know, back in the 1960s and throughout the 1970s and early 1980s, all the way up probably through the end of Magnum P.I., the most popular shows weren't the ones that had cops on them that were G-men. The most popular shows were the ones that had private investigators on them who couldn't stand the G-men, who are always at odds with the actual police or with the police. It wasn't until at the end of Magnum, or like around the time Miami Vice comes out and Crockett and Tubbs, that people start to go like, oh, well, the cops are cool too, and maybe we should have cop shows. So it was a golden era in television, and there were so many great TV shows that had detectives in them, and so many great shows that had private detectives in them. But it's an interesting historical note. The first detective. All right, who in the chat room, and now we're talking literature now. Who wrote the first, whodunit popular detective story? You know?
No.
Or you were moving into position that you're going into position to grab the StreamYard.
The Weekend of Prayer.
Anybody want to take a stab at who wrote the first popular detective story? You probably all know the story, and you're staring at it going like, oh, it can't be that. That's too easy. Hiding in plain sight. Come on, Joe Beeman, you got to know this. Beeman's going, no. Okay, it was Edgar Allan Poe, The Murders in the Rue Morgue, and the detective dude's name was C. Auguste Dupont. Anybody ever read The Murders in the Rue Morgue? Nope. The Murders in the Rue Morgue, it's an amazing story because you go like, wow, he wrote this in 1835, somewhere in the 1830s, 1841. The way he solves it, actually, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle stole the idea for Sherlock Holmes from the American Edgar Allan Poe, because Dupont solves the murder in the Rue Morgue by doing what Sherlock Holmes does. He goes around and he looks for all this circumstantial evidence, or for all this evidence that doesn't look like it's evidence, and then he finally ties the whole thing together. Do you know who did the murders in the Rue Morgue? Does anybody know who did it? They're all going like, no. You know what? You guys need some culture. You need to push away from the boob tube and the streaming videos. You need some literature culture. A monkey did. The dude sent his monkey up the drain spout to go break into the second floor because the detective's going like, how in the world how could the door was locked? How could you possibly get in to the second floor and kill the mortician? He sent his monkey. The monkey climbed the drain spout, went into the room, and it's been like 20 years since I read The Murders in the Rue Morgue, but I found it fascinating. And I want to say that the monkey was trained to actually do the killing, and that's why they couldn't find any human-like traits of a killer. So, you fast forward, then you get Sherlock Holmes. G.K. Chesterton writes The Man Who Was Thursday. Then you get to the 1930s, and you start having these radio serials, like Sam Spade and what have you, which we play here on the Crusade channel, where they start playing detective shows and crime-solving shows. Dragnet actually starts in 1945 as a radio show, runs for almost 20 years, and I think most of those years that Jack Webb was actually on Dragnet, and then they turned Dragnet into a TV show, And then the rest, as they say, is history. You get to the early 1970s, and you have all manner of detective TV shows. I like the variety with the PI because they're not government guys. If they don't solve the case, they don't get paid, the PI. And, of course, the most famous and the most popular of which is the Rockford Files. Here's a little trivia about the Rockford Files. Anybody know the story of Jim Rockford and the Rockford Files? You guys are being mighty quiet tonight. Does anyone have anything to say?
They're scared.
They're all scared. They're not scared. Jeff Johnson's never scared.
Well, then you have something because they're up on StreamYard.
They're all muted. Are you guys self-muting or did I mute you?
It's probably operator error.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I know what it is.
It's
Hold on.
operator error.
No, it is operator error because I was scrubbing
See?
I've had a rough day.
Hey, hear me?
There it is.
There it is.
Loud and
Can you
clear,
hear
buddy.
me?
Yeah, yes,
Hello
sir.
again. I accidentally entered this.
What's that?
I accidentally entered this. Jim Rockford was a redo of Maverick.
Yep.
And I actually answered the Poe question because my wife's a huge Poe fan, but I was muted, so.
Okay, all right. So Kaiser's right. What happened was is that the TV or the TV show Maverick was wildly popular, and it starred James Garner as Maverick, and then it ran its course, and early 1970s, late 60s, early 70s, I don't know, 5-6 seasons, however much, and this new genre was coming around with detective shows. Remember Columbo? Your boy Peter Falk, who plays Columbo, that show ran for almost 10 seasons. Columbo becomes the #1 show in all of America. And then, there's just an explosion of the shows. Well, the producer, Stephen Cannell, the writer and producer, Stephen Cannell, goes like, I want to write one of these shows. And he didn't have anything to do with Columbo. And Cannell was writing, I forget what Cannell was writing. So Cannell comes up with the idea, and he goes, you know what, I'm going to pitch this to James Garner. So Kaiser's right. He goes to the studio, and he goes, if you can get Jim Garner to do it, we'll consider it. So he calls Jim Garner up, and he says, look, how'd you like to play Maverick again? And, of course, James Garner's been all humble because he was an Oklahoma boy. He was such a sweet guy, James Garner. He was also in Kelly's Heroes, by the way. James Garner, and he calls Stephen Cannell calls James Garner, and he says, how'd you like to be in a new version of Maverick? And James Garner goes, oh, come on now, Stephen. Nobody's going to watch Westerns anymore. And he goes, well, no, you're going to play Maverick with a 1972 Camaro. We're going to make this show called The Rockford Files, and you're going to play this guy, Jim Rockford, and you're not going to be a hero at all. You're going to be like an everyman that lives in a trailer on the beach, and you're going to solve crimes, but it won't be in a heroic fashion, but you're just going to play the Maverick character. And so James Garner says, yeah, man, I'm in. And then my part, I used to watch this when I was a little cheer-ins, Kaiser. I think I'm a little older than you. Well, my favorite part was every Friday night or Thursday night, whatever night it was, I'd wait for the Rockford Files to come on.
It was Friday.
It was Friday. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to hear what the answering machine message was going to be. Because the start of every show had a different message on his answering machine.
Those were genius.
They absolutely were. Here is the one from the first Rockford Files.
This is Jim Rockford. At the tone, leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
Jim, it's Shirley at the cleaners. You know that brown jacket? The one I said looks so great on you? Your favorite? We lost it.
They later did.
Oh, Lord. All right, I lost the button for a second there. What's that, Kaiser?
They also had one where the guy called calls and he says, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue your blank. And it was the first time that I had ever heard curse words on TV. And my grandmother looked at me, looked at the TV, looked at me, and was like, I can't believe they put that on TV. It was the biblical term for a mule.
No.
I'm just sitting here, you know.
And, you know, King Dude, you watch these old shows and look at these cars they're driving.
The cars are amazing.
I mean, seriously, you had Starsky and Hutch, you had this Camaro. I mean, everyone had, and Thomas Magnum in his Ferrari. All these cars were just incredible.
Outstanding.
It's a Firebird. It's a Firebird, Pontiac Firebird Esprit. I know that because
True story.
Years ago, I told my wife, if I can find one of these, can I buy it? And she said, sure. And there was a guy about 3 towns over from us, a little town called Waller, Texas, which is on the outskirts of Houston. The guy had a 75 Pontiac Firebird in gold. And we went down and looked at it. My wife looked at me and she said, no.
How about, oh, honey, yeah. How about no? You know, that show had so many characters in it. They tried to spin it off. They actually did. You know, the character Angel. They tried to give Angel a show. And he just wasn't a leading man. He was just always Rockford's foil. And, of course, you know, what did they call his... Noah Barry played his dad, Jim Rockford's dad. But he had a name for him. What did he call? He called him
Rocky.
Rocky. That's right. Oh, come on, Rocky. You don't really believe that, Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky.
And it's funny because, you know, Rockford lives in a airstream on Mission Beach in San Diego, which they don't even allow. You can't put a trailer anywhere near. For I guess for sanitary reasons these days, but so many great shows, so many great memories, man. I've seen every episode of the Rockford Files, and whenever I stumble upon TV Land or whatever and it's playing, I always stop and watch it.
TKD, you can't put things that close to the beach in San Diego because of the Marines. It's not sanitary.
Ah, well, go ahead, Joe.
I was going to say, true that.
There are so many other great detective TV shows. I can't wait for Maggie to throw a ringer in. Take the ringer, dude. What? Take the ringer. You could go the ones that ran the longest. Okay, so Columbo runs for 10 years.
Columbo is great.
No, Columbo was great.
Columbo was fantastic.
Still great. Still great.
Yeah, I watch it with the girls sometimes, and they still find it. It's a good show. It's good for their minds still.
Yes.
What was it he would say right before he was about ready to walk out of a room, and he'd turn around and say, "Oh, one more thing."
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, Mrs. Klein. I'm sorry. There's just one more thing. You know, you got mustard on the counter. My wife puts mustard on my sandwiches. I love mustard. You said that you were at the beauty parlor under the hair thing with the curls, right? But your hair's straight. I'm just trying to understand how the hair goes from curly to straight. Pardon me. It was nothing, Miss McGillicuddy. It was not. And then he leaves. Of course, he knows he's got the perp, right? he just busted him in a lie in real time. That show ran for 10 seasons. Did you know? I remember this when I was a little children. Did you know that Peter Falk became the highest paid television personality in history at the time? And he got, and he surpassed, guess who he surpassed? Oh, Edith, you dingbat. He surpassed Carol O'Connor. CBS was paying Carol O'Connor $1 million an episode for All in the Family. $1 million an episode.
Really?
And, yes.
That's something back then.
Oh, yes. And NBC wanted to keep Columbo, and they wanted to keep Peter Falk happy. And Peter Falk actually went and told The guy who was the head of NBC, and I can't think of his name right now. He goes, "Well, if you want to keep me happy, then pay me more than Carol O'Connor, and it'll be great news. It'll be big news for you too." And the dude at NBC went, "Okay," and they gave Peter Falk. How much did they give Peter Falk? They gave him $1.5 million an episode to do Columbo. Which today, I guess that's like, what, $1 billion, $100 million? I don't even know.
What year is that? Like 83?
No. This is in the 70s.
Yeah. It was 74 to 80, wasn't it?
Yes.
Listen, there's one other thing I wanted to ask you about. Oh, there's one more thing, sir. Oh, one other thing. One more thing. One thing.
You see,
One more thing. Gee, I almost forgot what I came here to ask you.
Gee, I almost forgot what I came here to ask you. You know, most people know Peter Falk today as the grandpa from The Princess Bride. But let me tell you something. The Buttercup was going to have none of this. But he was so good as Columbo. Okay. So, Joe, your kids still watch Columbo?
Yes, sir. We do. When we can't find anything else to watch, and we've done watched the Waltons 50 million times, even though we love it, we'll switch to Columbo or some of the older shows just because we can watch them. It makes the little brains work. Plus, I don't have to be afraid of some homo stuff coming on.
Amen.
Okay, Jeff Johnson or Dan Mundy or Steve Smart, one of you, I am counting on you. You better bring the goods with one of the greatest TV detective shows ever. And I'm going to give you a clue who I'm thinking of, okay?
Your opinion of who the greatest one is.
I said one of, smart Alec. He always, if you want to host a TV show, Dan, just a radio show, just ask, bro. We got openings.
I love how Mitter Monday just comes out swinging.
Dan.
He
Dan
just
came
comes
out
into the
with a double
room and
jab.
just throws just a throwdown napkin. Not hi or how are you guys? Hey, he doesn't do the slow. Hey, you guys. Nothing. All right, who am I thinking?
Here's to you.
Here.
You didn't see that haymaker coming, did you?
Who am I thinking? Who am I thinking of? Charms Lollipops. Johnson knows. Johnson knows. Yes.
Kelly
Savalas. Yeah.
Kojak.
Kojak. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, I mean, he fast on the draw.
You know that.
Peter Falk started as part of the NBC mystery movies back when he had McMillan and Wife and McLeod. That's where he started.
Oh, Dan, I'm so glad that you came in because I knew you would share
forgotten
information.
So
McMillan and Wife.
Quincy started there too, but they eventually got their own shows. Remember Quincy? He started there as well.
Jack Klugman.
Yep.
Yes.
Quincy M.E.
I'm sorry. I love McLeod. I'm sorry. I love McLeod.
Dennis Weaver. The opening sequence in McLeod is one of the greatest in TV history, with him riding that horse down the streets in New York City. With the cowboy hat and the long coat, and everybody looking at him like, "What the hell?"
and what was his catchphrase?
Oh gosh!
All right, come on, Jeff. What was his catchphrase?
I don't remember.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yep, that was his catchphrase. There you go.
So the NBC, what was it called? NBC Mystery Theater or NBC Mystery?
It was the NBC Mystery Movies. Then it moved to ABC, or maybe I got the order wrong. It started ABC, went to NBC, but it ran for quite a few seasons. Well, McLeod, McMillan and Wife, Quincy. I'm trying to think of the different ones that were on there. There were 4, 5, 6 of them that changed over the years. Some of them got their own series, like Falk got his own and Quincy got his own. Yeah, you can look it up on the famous Wikipedia or Picklepedia.
Yeah, and then CBS had what was his name? William Conrad was who?
Cannon.
And Cannon was a mystery solver. But you know what? Everyone knows the first famous theme song that everyone knows that comes from a TV detective show is Dragnet. Everybody knows it.
Oh yeah.
I don't even have to tell you what the show is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you're about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Okay, the fantastic thing about that, guys, is that line, the names have been changed to protect the innocent, becomes pop culture like cliche. I mean, it is used in so many times. I've used it on the air. I've made comedy bits around it. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. That line is probably still with us today. There are probably still people that are still ripping that line off. You know that, and we play those here on the Crusade channel on some of the evening radio, Golden Age of radio shows. You know that theme song that actually was part of the radio series.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, they started it with the radio series. It wasn't. They just transferred the theme over, and of course, you know, most people know Harry Morgan for MASH, but Harry Morgan was Jack Webb's partner in Dragnet.
Yep.
Well, there were a lot of, like Kaiser just said, Peter Gunn. That had a pretty distinctive. You know, maybe a lot of kids don't remember him today. That had a pretty distinctive theme song as well.
And do you know who wrote that? I actually had that, and I can play that for you. Do you know who
was that? Oh, was that the same guy who wrote the Pink Panther?
Yes, it was.
Mancini.
Okay, I can't remember his name, but I'm halfway there. All right.
Henry Mancini.
Henry Mancini. Hey.
It's Henry Mancini, and it sounds like the Pink Panther song.
Yeah.
Now, you know, nowadays, most people just fast forward through, you skip the intros. You don't want to have to sit through the music. It's probably crappy anyway. They don't really have any good intro songs anymore, and everyone that produces a TV show knows it. So, you know, you're watching it on the streaming version, you just click, and you just fast forward through it, and you don't even catch it. There's no memorable TV show themes anymore that I know of.
Well, remember, some of them actually got on the top 40 in their day.
Well, I mean, TKD. I mean, anything by Mike Carpenter or
Mike Post and Pete Carpenter.
Mike Post or Pete Carpenter. They were always, you know, I mean, everything from Magnum P.I. to everything else. You know, the funny thing is, you actually played the theme song to one of the shows I was going to mention later. The thing to, you know, because you played the theme to Peter Gunn. But I remember seeing Peter Gunn as a kid living in West Germany, back when West Germany was still its own country, on Armed Forces radio and television. So, good times.
Fantastic times. There's a theme song. I'll play it next time. We won't do it this one because we got to take a little time out in just a minute here. There's a theme song for a. Okay, so when the PI shows start turning to cop shows, that camera's in a really weird place. It's so strange that it's up there. You get at the end of the PIs. And then you get at the beginning of the police, the cops are actually coming in. And then we're stuck now with 30 years of CSI Mogadishu, CSI, the Ice World of Hoth, and whatever the hell they have. But the theme song is what so many people remember from the show. And it really hooked people in. And they heard the theme song and they went, oh, this must be a cool show. It's got a cool theme. The theme song that I'll play for you is written by probably the second most distinguished and popular motion picture score writer of the last 40 years. I mean, John Williams is the only one that has more movie score credits to his name. But early in his career, this guy wrote the theme song to this TV show, and I will play it for you coming up here. So, do we consider that cops playing detectives? Is Starsky and Hutch a TV detective show?
Oh yeah, they did detective work. I love Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah, they
Well,
had a cool car.
absolutely.
Cool car. It all
Is
depends.
Hawaii 5-0?
Well, if Hawaii
Oh,
5-0 is because what are you saying, Maggie? Well,
Not the new crap that they made.
The new one is terrible.
Oh, not the new one.
Yeah, the new one's unwatchable Monday.
Well, you know
I've never watched it. I won't watch it.
Well, you know that they redid. There's a new version of Murder She Wrote too, with Jamie Lee.
Gosh! Don't tell me it's
horrible.
It's a gay lesbian guy, right? Okay.
And there's a new Matlock.
Actually,
there's a new Matlock, which is terrible.
Actually, I've only seen one episode. Actually, Kathy Bates is not bad. If you just ignore that she's not Andy Griffith, you just gotta have to forget that she's not Andy Griffith. Okay, we're gonna take a quick time out so everybody will get their favorite shows together for Throwdown Round 2. And then when we come back, I will play that song for you, as I said that I was going to, as we began a segment here on Thursday Night Throwdown, Greatest TV Detective Shows. All right, let me see how long this break is. It's not long at all. Let us see. Okay. It is...
Again, no matter where you are, install the Crusade Channel app today.
The all-new Crusade Channel 2.0 app is the best way to listen to the Crusade Channel ever. And installation is so easy. Open up a browser on your device, go to crusadechannel.com/app, tap the download button, then open the app. It is literally that easy. Install the Crusade Channel 2.0 app today at crusadechannel.com/app.
Back in the 90s, there was this thing called the cigar boom, where everyone was buying and smoking handmade cigars. But here's the thing. The popular cigars then were the best-made cigars, like Fuente, Joya de Monterrey, and Avo. Over the next 10 years, craftsmanship was replaced by gimmick and slick packaging, and that's when I decided to get in the business and launched El Rey Dude Corona cigars. 20 years later, I launched Mancipio Maria cigars. With that same principle in mind, make a great handmade cigar, and that's exactly what we do in 4 sizes. I invite you to try a 4-pack sampler of my Mancipio Maria cigars and taste them for yourself in smooth, natural, or bold Maduro wrappers. And to sweeten the deal, I've discounted them 25% for a limited time. And as always, we include a personal humidifier with every order. To order, go to shop.mikechurch.com. Order $50 or more, and shipping is on me. Try my Mancipio Maria cigars today at shop.mikechurch.com.
Hey, Jim, remember when we used to be like Joe Walsh?
Now we just talk about making hit records. Well, parody versions of hit records.
Join the King Dude and Jim Mosier as they pick apart the greatest parody songs of all time and the hits they were based on. It's Album Autopsy, exclusively on the Crusade Channel. Live talk and podcast radio the way it should be, and doesn't disappoint your mother.
This is, of course, the theme to Miami Vice. Most people don't know this is Hans Zimmer. And if you don't know who Hans Zimmer is, then you haven't been watching an awful lot of motion pictures in the last 30 years or so. This is also the theme song for what radio show? Who uses it as a theme song for his radio show?
We only listen to you, Mike. How would we know?
I only know of one radio show, Mike.
It wasn't Mike, and it wasn't you. So.
Been 10 years since I listened to anybody else.
Well, this is
another radio.
This is
radio shows on.
This is a radio show longer than 10 years ago. This is a radio show 30.
It was G. Gordon Liddy, wasn't it?
It was G. Gordon Liddy. The G-Man. You know, I never watched Miami Vice, so the first time I heard Gordon Liddy, I didn't know. I was like, man, that's a really cool song. I wonder where he got that from. And then I bought a CD that was TV's greatest hits, and I figured out, wait a minute. that's the Liddy theme song. That's Miami Vice. Crockett and Tubbs, of course, took the private detective thing, and then they kind of turned it into the official Miami Police Department. I mean, Hawaii Five-0 did it too. Starsky and Hutch actually worked for the NYPD, or were they New York or Chicago?
Chicago, right?
I don't remember.
I think it's Chicago.
I think it was. I don't. Yeah, I think you're right. No, I think it was New York.
Yeah, no, you actually stumped the group. Now everybody's googling that one.
Hey, everybody's going. Everybody's on Google.
Everybody remembers the Gran Torino, but nobody remembers who they worked for.
Wait a minute, Dan Mundy doesn't know. No looking it up.
Wait.
Don't find out why.
I'm not looking nothing up.
No way, Mundy.
I don't want to know why things work.
I'm not looking nothing up. New York
Dan
City.
doesn't even know how to use the phone.
New York City.
Get a rope. That's true. I don't know how to use the phone. I depend on the dog.
Huggy Bear had to be in New Orleans.
No, well, Huggy Bear might have been from New Orleans, but Huggy Bear wasn't in New Orleans. And if you're just going to do TV cop shows, I mean, it was #1 for a couple of years. Beretta.
Oh, Beretta.
By the way, Starsky Hutch was Bay City, California.
Robert Blake. Well, yeah, he came in, shot his wife, went in, got a drink of water, went out, said, yeah, somebody shot my wife.
Was he ever convicted? He wasn't convicted of that crime.
No, he was not. I remember
he
reading
got away with
it
it
just because it was fascinating me that he had those kind of balls. So I don't know. He did not get convicted. No.
Very impressive.
But that TV show Beretta was, I mean, that was a big. I want to say that one was Friday night too. That was a big hit detective show. Of course.
Well, you think about it, Mike. If you were a big hit on a Friday night, and you're a media guy, to be a big hit on a Friday night is a big deal because nobody's in on Friday nights.
So who knows what Beretta's pet was?
Oh, the dog!
It was a cockatoo.
The cockatoo.
Nope.
Cockatoo.
The white cockatoo.
Good
Yep.
job.
Oh, beauty.
Good job.
So and then you had Benson and Elliott that have been on forever. And I think they brought Elliott back to the show.
Benson and
That
Elliott.
would be, yeah, they were the detectives.
Oh. You know, it's funny that when the PIs
in Law and Order Special Victims Unit. It's been on forever. I mean, what, about 20 years or more?
I think more than that because they've went through multiple casts. I mean,
Oh yeah.
people came and went through that series, and only ones left is the
some
captain now. I forget her name.
Some of them died.
Yeah,
Well,
Benson's the
I don't
captain
remember
now.
her name. She plays she's Benson is her last name in the show.
Correct.
So speaking of the ladies, we're leaving the Charlie's Angels out.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. Your mission, Angel, should you choose to accept it. Actually,
Were they really detectives?
That's how I.
well, I mean,
Well, I guess all the real
I mean,
work
they
was
were
done by
girls.
Bosley,
Come
John
on, guys,
Bosley.
come on. Sorry, Ms. O'Connell.
Okay.
I start my day off every day by asking my people. I always say,
All right. Well,
"Who's the
what's her
angels?"
name? Angie Dickinson, policewoman.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
now you're in police. Now you're in.
police. Who was a detective, you know?
Now you're in police genre. You're out of TV detective mode.
All right, fine. I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I'm in the penalty
Can't
box.
police folk
Sorry.
do detective work?
You're actually
As long as
getting
it's on
that
TV?
plus, so let's stop.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
I got one that I'm going to throw down at you. I'll give you the names of the people that played on it. Parker Stevenson, Pamela Sue Martin, and Sean Cassidy.
That was the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys.
Yes. And Nancy Drew Mysteries.
And Nancy Drew Mysteries. Dude, you could Johnson, you couldn't have gotten that one past me because I had the biggest heartthrob crush on Pamela Sue Martin. Who didn't have a crush on Pamela Sue Martin if you were that age? I mean, come on, you weren't, or unless you were like one of those kind of guy, then maybe you didn't have a crush. No teenage boy that was a.
Then, right, Mike?
What's that?
Sean Cassidy hair. You had Sean Cassidy hair back then, right?
Did I have Sean Cassidy hair?
Back then, you did, right?
No, I didn't have Sean
Just
Cassidy.
say yes. Just say yes.
Okay, yes. But Pamela Sue Martin was, of course, and everybody's going to say, oh, everyone was in love with Charlie's Angels. And look, everyone knows the Farrah Fawcett poster. Everybody forgets about Jacqueline Smith.
Yes.
Who also was, she was probably actually the smartest one on that show. And then Kate, the other one's name was Kate Jackson, right?
Yeah, Kate
Yep.
Jackson.
Yep. And then they brought in what's her name after
Farrah quit.
Cheryl Ladd.
Cheryl Ladd. Now was Cheryl Ladd Diane and Diane Ladd's daughter?
Yes.
I think she was, wasn't she?
Yep, she was.
Okay, y'all, we've all forgotten one of the great TV detective shows that there ever was, and it ran for years and years and years. Okay, see if you can guess it by this.
Is it Matlock?
No. Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, I heard somebody say it.
Yeah, Maggie said it.
Murder, She Wrote.
I have such
Jessica Fletcher.
I have such fond memories of that show. That was my grandmother's favorite show, and she would always be like, "Joseph, come sit down on the couch with me and watch Murder, She Wrote." She would snuggle with me. I would snuggle on the couch with my grandmother, and we would watch Murder, She Wrote together.
Did she make you do doilies with her too?
Doilies.
Listen, don't make fun of Grandma. She drank Irish whiskey like it was water, and worked all the time. Yeah, she drank from sun up to sundown.
Nice.
All right, and who was her sidekick? William Wyndham. Remember William Wyndham?
Oh, I do remember William Wyndham.
And who was he? He was Captain Decker in the Doomsday Machine in Star Trek. Yes, I have to bring everything back to Star Trek.
He sure was, Captain Decker.
He also had a really great show called "This Is My World and Welcome to It." If everybody, that's a different topic. Go on.
The Angela Lansbury. Okay, when she does Murder, She Wrote. Mid 80s to the mid 90s. She's in her 50s or so. Do you ever see Angela Lansbury when she was in her 20s?
Oh, she was gorgeous.
Oh, she had a very long filmography. You'd never recognize her. I think the Kaiser, she was in one of your favorite John Wayne movies, or Jeff. She was in one of your favorite John Wayne movies. She was a little pixie. I want to say that she was one of McClintock's daughters. Something like that. It may not have been McClintock, but a very young Angela Lansbury was simply just stunningly beautiful. I want to say she was like Miss UK.
Well, in the mid '90s, she also did an animation voice. Does anybody know who she?
Yes,
did?
I do. Oh, yeah. Yes, Maggie knows who was she. She was Mrs. Potts, and Beauty and the Beast. She actually did. I thought she sang that song, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
She did.
Oh, what a mega talent Angela Lansbury was. You know, every one of those shows, Murder, She Wrote, each one of those shows actually had a decent whodunit plot to it. You're actually going to be thinking to the end of the show, well, I wonder who actually did it. Of course, you know, I don't have him, or I do have him in the chyron or in the thumbnail for the episode. You can't do TV detectives without going through Hawaii. Okay, so you got Hawaii Five-0, of course. Welcome, Dano. You know, another phrase that is popular for 40 years after it's first uttered by, all right, Dan Mundy, who played Dano on Hawaii Five-0?
Oh, damn. I'm not going to remember. I can see him, but I
Fucking
can't.
Dano.
Oh, I'm a loser on this one. I can see him.
James MacArthur.
Okay.
James MacArthur. You go from Hawaii Five-0, and then the next time we see Hawaii in a a detective TV show or whatever, is with, of course, the iconic Magnum P.I.
Well, when Jack Lord did Hawaii Five-0, they were like, "You're a friggin' idiot. You're a nut. You will never get a show that's filmed in Hawaii to be successful." They told him he was, you know, persona non grata. Go crawl back under your rock somewhere. And guess where that went?
Well, he crawled out from under the rock, and it's so good that they're still remaking it 55 years after it debuted.
No, believe me, the original theme song was played at my wedding. It's a good swing dance. It's a good swing dance, miniature. If I ever teach you how to dance.
All right, Monday. I think I heard it all now, dude.
I do not want to see you swing dance. I really don't.
Hey, remember, my wife was my ballroom dancing teacher.
That's true. Oh, that's right.
That's right.
He got moves.
Did she teach you?
Yeah, she did.
Did she teach you
Stop.
No, I was going to say, did she teach you to the strains of Hawaii Five-0? Is what I was going to ask.
No, actually, our dance was all shook up.
The Elvis version, right?
Hey, TKD.
Anyway,
yes.
Back to the throwdown. Back to the
So
throwdown.
they actually set Magnum P.I. in Hawaii because they wanted to keep the set for Hawaii Five-0 in place, because there were certain people that they had on staff they wanted to keep, and so they literally put Magnum P.I. in Hawaii so they could do that, because the character that they based it on was a character from, it was the Lance so-and-so, I can't remember the character's name, but it was Lance something or another, that was a character that was on the Rockford Files, because Rockford had switched from NBC to CBS, and they wanted to keep Tom Selleck on contract, and they wanted to create a character for him.
How many years? What do you know? How many years between Hawaii Five-0 and Magnum? I have no idea.
Well, Hawaii Five-0 is.
There wasn't. Hawaii Five-0 was still on when Magnum P.I. came out.
Yeah, I was saying they couldn't have been many because they never.
You know, Dan Mundy, and those of you that are old enough as Dan and I were to actually watch those shows when they were live, they really paid attention to why things work. They drew you into that show with that ginormous pipeline wave to start the visual. And then you hear, then you get the scenes of around Hawaii, but they suck you in with that 50-foot tall maverick wave, and you go like, oh, that's cool, especially if you're a young man like Monday and I were. And then that driving theme song comes in. And it's still played today. Still, they probably played at weddings today, Bitter Monday. People, the kids probably still dance to it.
They probably don't know what it is.
They probably don't know what it is. They probably think Jay-Z wrote it or something.
Well, the 80s get such a bad rap. Everyone talks about the 80s as it being corny, but the 80s was kind of like the reimagining of hope again. Because you come out of the Vietnam era,
yep,
you have all, and it's people trying to, be hopeful and happy shows and hippie songs to get you going and excited about watching TV again and tuning in.
Yeah, we had
I love the
great
80s.
music.
I grew up in the 80s. Me and Candace, we both did. But I have happy memories of the 80s.
Okay,
So,
let me
Joe,
go ahead.
I was going to say, to go from Hawaii all the way out to Boston. How about Spencer for hire?
Spencer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's a good one.
And
With
you
that
know,
Mustang.
that guy was a really talented, very nice guy, actor Robert Ulrich. He died way too young.
Yep.
And who was he married? Who was he married to?
Who? Oh, you know what? I know this. I know it. I know it. Oh my goodness.
She was in The Sound of Music. I'm trying to remember her name.
Was he married? No, he wasn't married to Julie Andrews.
No.
I mean, it had to be one of the girls.
Yeah, one of the girls, and that
one of the Von Trapp girls.
Heather Mackenzie's, and she actually was also in Logan's Run. If you remember that.
I do remember that. And wasn't okay? Let's stay on the subject of Robert Ulrich. Wasn't Robert Ulrich also? Wasn't he Vegas?
Yes.
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 Dan Tanner.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Another great show. Probably the only
Dan Tanner,
the only decent detective show that was ever set in Las Vegas that wasn't about casino gambling and hookers. From a good side, from the positive point of view, the Sopranos point of view. All right, before we run out of time, all right, Maggie O'Connell, you have to stump them. You gotta throw your throwdown in here. No one would have thought of this TV detective show, but it is a TV detective show. It actually kind of relaunched the genre in a unique kind of way, and it was
Joe Kenda.
What's the show? Homicide Hunter.
Homicide Hunter.
Yeah.
And he is what made me love murder mysteries. 100%. That's my boy.
So back when they were actually doing TV shows that weren't about trannies and homos, back in the day, I forget which one of those, it was Travel Channel, Learning Channel, or History, or whatever it was, took a chance just before Investigation Discovery, and they said there's this guy in Colorado Springs who is like the murder whisperer. First of all, who knew that Colorado Springs was the murder capital of Earth? Apparently it is. And so they take a chance on this guy, and they do this show around this detective named Joe Kenda, who nobody's ever heard of before. And he's just matter of fact. But all of his little Joe Kenda-isms all work in real life. He's got terrible dad jokes. But he actually is a character. And Homicide Hunter is such a runaway success that it literally single-handedly launches the Investigation Discovery, America's now fascination with murders and with people that solve murders.
The whole my.
All right. Well, my knowledge stops around 1995. So when was this on?
It's still on. It started.
No wonder I don't know what it is.
It started in probably 2010, 2011,
according to Jacqueline.
2011.
I've heard of those dates.
Did you know that people actually lived and did things, Dan? And they even went to the moon. Where we have one more thing.
Not according to my wife, they haven't.
Hold on.
That's Magnum P.I.
I know it is. Somebody mentioned earlier, Mike posted P. Carpenter. This is a Mike
The
Post.
dog's name.
This is a Mike Post P. Carpenter song.
Yeah.
That could be a Carpenter song.
By the way, it's funny that Resnick is being real quiet there today, but me and Resnick were doing tech support on the on the phone earlier today, and I'm watching Blue Horizon launch their Mars probe rocket. And Scott's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, and I turn the sound up, and you can hear the sound of the Blue Horizon people going nuts like they do at SpaceX. And so like, "Oh, look, the rocket's taking off." And there it's going, and just enough out of sight, and it just landed at Paramount. There it is on the back lot of Paramount. I mean, it's amazing how that thing just flew out over the ocean and landed right in Stanley Kubrick's backyard.
Hey, Mike, I have another throwdown here.
All right, let's do it.
All right, here's the guy that played him, Stacy Keach.
One single word name. Trench coat.
Mike Hammer.
Hammer.
Mike Hammer.
Yep,
there you go.
Yep.
That's it.
Okay, now wait a minute now.
I actually, I was actually getting a little bit upset that we were talking about, TV detectives, and nobody had mentioned Thomas Magnum. And I'm not even a Navy guy, so that says something for me.
Yeah, but Magnum and Rick and TC were all Vietnam vets.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, they were all Navy guys. Well, I don't know if Rick and TC were Navy guys or Marine
They were.
guys, but yeah, well, I mean, Navy guys. All right, fine.
Yeah.
Oh, TC jumped out of TC. There's an episode in the last season where TC relives the horror of jumping out of a helicopter in Vietnam because he has to jump out of a helicopter to rescue someone out of his helicopter that's flown out or that's drowning or whatever. Absolutely. All right. Okay. Kate Jackson, after Charlie's Angels, Kate Jackson goes on to play a detective character, and she's one of two. And who?
Scarecrow, Mr.
Yes, Scarecrow and Mrs. King.
Dang, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good job. Yeah.
Hear about a modern show. Has anybody ever watched the series Mindhunter? It was only on, I think, 2 years, but it was a fantastic series.
Mindhunter.
Problem.
Yes, it's based on.
Why would anybody watch a Mindhunter?
You don't know that one, Candace?
I know that one.
Is that not a fantastic show?
Great
It was
show.
based on the FBI's
Great show.
beginning of the serial hunters when they started.
No, Joe, they can't. They have made a great. They have made a great.
It's a shame they took it off the air. Monday, I know you're too young to watch that modern show.
Yeah, that's it. So that must be it. Yeah, that must be it. I'm not.
So I got a
sure
detective I want to throw out there. He doesn't have his own show, but some of y'all might know him. Dixon Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Star Trek. Next Generation.
That's right.
You know what? They did have a show. They did a whole show with Dixon Hill in it.
They actually, the one big episode with Dixon Hill was the only one that Star Trek Next Generation won a Peabody Award for.
And
what's going to be next?
Whoever Peabody was, him and
he was in.
Who's going to throw out next? Roscoe Pico Train.
He had a
Joe. That's Star Trek, Joe. Star Trek, Joe.
Is that a Sherman and Peabody Award or just
Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Is that show?
Not Star Wars. This is not Jar Jar Binks.
No. We have the argument at my local feed store between the owner's daughter and me. Star Wars, Star Trek, Star Wars. No, you're too young. She's only 21 and I'm old, so I win.
Well, they're still making series and stuff out of Star Trek. They're not making anything out of. I guess if you want to call The Mandalorian a Star Wars spinoff, I mean, I guess kind of.
Disney ruin it, Mike. You're a media guy. You shouldn't let Disney ruin it. But I won't hold it against you.
What am I supposed to do?
The new
say something. I don't know.
I'm going to take all 13 of my listeners, and we're going to go protest out in front of their studios and shut them down. Darn it!
There we go.
They will have to listen to us. No.
It's what they want to hear. A bunch of old guys with cigars telling them how mad they suck.
Right? Depends on how good the cigars are.
It's funny how good the cigars
We'll
were.
stand out there all day.
Life's too short
Hey,
to
Mike,
smoke bad ones.
one more show.
Yes.
Simon and Simon.
Yes.
Oh, great
Yep.
show.
That's a good
Great
one.
show.
We missed Barnaby Jones.
Oh,
I
you
said
know, I
Barnaby
met,
Jones.
Barnaby, all right.
I met Buddy Ebsen. Sweetest, nicest, tall. He was like 6'5".
All right, Throwdown. What show did Barnaby Jones spin off of? There's a Throwdown because I love Barnaby Jones. I'll tell you.
Does Barnaby
I got 'em
Jones?
all.
Hold
I
on.
got 'em all.
Hold.
I download my shit. I'm not like you.
Hold on. And you're also poop faced.
Well, that too. But
Barnaby Jones was a spinoff of The Streets of San Francisco.
Close, but no cigar.
Darn it!
All right, come on, somebody else.
I was right there. Missed it by that much.
Come off of McMillan.
Nope. That's a good
No, it
one.
wouldn't have known life. It was
Who?
The pilot episode of Barnaby Jones was where Cannon and Barnaby Jones meet and they talk about the death of his son-in-law, which is what's her name? Dab Chef. Oh yeah,
The Mod Squad.
Yeah, no.
Oh, the Mod Squad.
No, she was actually a Miss
wasn't
America.
death of his daughter. It was death.
And she's actually his daughter-in-law, and his son was killed. It was
his daughter-in-law.
All right, gentlemen. All right, everybody. We've reached the end of another Thursday night throwdown. This was a free-for-all. Greatest TV detectives. Podcast will be available tomorrow. See you tomorrow for Free Phone Friday. Thanks, guys.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night, Charlie. God bless you. Mary keep you.